I got that
Okay,
number.
perfect. So I already create.
Excellent.
Okay, perfect. I already create this ticket in order to our support team work on this in order to give you the right answer. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, Robert. Remember that after this call, you're going to receive a survey. If you have time to fill it out, I would appreciate it.
I'll be more than happy to do that. You've been a huge help.
Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for calling this man, okay?
Yep.
Have a good one.
Yes, you too. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wasn't that pleasant? I'm just wrapping up the last hour that I spent on the phone with Breezeline. I'm going to say that it's the end of the road for some people. Their little fun time of being me is ending. You have no idea what your game has done to my life, but you can get a pretty good idea. I have a beautiful view out of a window of a hotel room. I don't have a home. And I tried so hard to save it because I knew that people were being lied to. And I knew what was going on. The police should have intervened. They should have helped. They did not. Which makes it one of the saddest stories around that's going to hit the newsstands very soon. It makes it potentially a really sad story. So guess what? I want to make it not a sad story. I want to make it a fun story because I don't want people to see this. Now, I've known RJ a long time. I've known my fraternity brother for 30 years. A fraternity brother that I've known for 30 years is not going to pack up a brother's shit that way. I haven't gone through anything yet. Would you? I'm going to take a minute to need to find out what all is missing. Unfortunately, insurance claim has already been made. So I know my $3,000 keyboard is gone. So I can't gig around Columbus or anywhere else until I get a keyboard. So I'm going to have to do that. And my cars were sold. So the first number of days, Jocelyn from Tongda in the neighborhood that I used to live in was kind enough to rent a vehicle to us. She's been somebody I bought 3 or 4 cars from. And when I told her that I was not living there in the neighborhood anymore, she kind of, did more of a step back from everything. And I was treated differently. As a quadruple minority, gay, with a diagnosis, which is not legitimate for people who know me, even though what they've been told is different. And I'm a targeted individual. But people say that it's not real. It is. I have a friend right now who's helping me. And he told me that because ChatGPT said that V2K does not exist, that he believes that. Now, this is the same person who has stood by me most of these years and seen the mess that it's created. But he doesn't believe my experience of V2K. And this is the constant problem. It's not a unique problem, or it's not a problem with me not convincing people. It's a problem in society. The problem that exists is people like their information source. Okay? So they like hearing things from the police, or they like hearing things from Channel 6, but they'll never listen to Channel 4, right? They'll listen to the New York Times, but they won't listen to the Chicago Tribune. Whatever it is. I'll listen to CNN, but I won't listen to anything else. Do you know what people have a problem with? In the United States especially. They have the problem of hearing something, and I'm going to give you a visualization of this. This is a societal problem. The correct information is the teeny square. And media advertises the wrong information. Okay, if you sit there and tell me that COVID is caused by the flu, how can you dare say that? Think about it. Here are the numbers. By income group. There they are. Whoops. Hold on. And this was from last week. It's from last week. Low income. Ready? I don't know why it's floating across the page. It shouldn't be. Maybe there are magnets in there. Is that what's going on? Oh, it's a video. That's why. See? I'm smart. Okay, here you go. Here it is. Here you go. $2 million in the lower income group. 82 million in the lower middle income group. 261 million in the upper middle group, and 430 million in the upper income group. You think I'm lying? Go to the World Health Organization COVID dashboard and go to the data table right now. Why is there a problem with the numbers? Because what size is the upper income group? Why is that a problem? Who pays the taxes in our country? Is it people on welfare? So what we're looking at is a planned collapse of all of our financial well-being. Why would this be the plan of our military? Well, because there's another thing. Same graph, right? Same graphic. Let's say that these two things represent two different countries and how much money they have. Now, start chopping off money. If you do it evenly, one of them's going to lose because they start with much less. The United States is up here. So if they're able to get other countries to lose income, they're going to go bankrupt. This is extremely serious. You can do it. You can save the world by telling the truth. And guess what? People are going to learn by watching me, because I'm not going to get in trouble for anything I do. Not that I'm doing anything wrong. I don't deserve to get into anything for trouble. I don't deserve to get into trouble for anything. The people who deserve to get in trouble may not end up getting in trouble after all. You know why? That's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in enjoying my life. I'm interested in the truth being known. I'm interested in having real friends again. Not that I don't have real friends now, because I'll tell you what, the people that have been helping me have been more valuable than all of the other friends that I've had for 30 years. And that's the truth. I don't know what I would do. RJ and Ryan have been incredible. And they've been extremely helpful. We've had our attention. But that happens. That happens, and it's a time to grow and learn and to pay attention. So I'm on this quest to do what I can to help the military out, actually. And it sounds like I'm all negative on the military. I'm not. Do you know why? Because it's not people sitting in their offices doing the death, doing the COVID. It's AI. AI is controlling this program, and it's taking those rich people's throats and closing it off by cooking it with microwave radiation so that the flow of air doesn't go through. That's called respiratory distress, okay? So people are having a tough time breathing, right, because of COVID. No, that's not true. They're having a tough time breathing because their esophagus is tightened. It's swelling up. You remember the Ballpark Franks, the commercial. They plump when you cook them. That's what's happening to your esophagus. And I know that from my own experience in 2020 of walking around my neighborhood and being told in my head that I was going to get COVID. And lo and behold, I was wheezing, and I had a tough time not stopping some violent coughing. This is how I know. It's not what I imagine. I hope that you will come back and tell other people to come back to these videos in this channel, because I'm going to help draw awareness about V2K. I'm planning on doing a skit and involving some other people as being patients. And we're going to have a doctor on the show. And we're going to go ahead and clear up the myth and fiction and give it a little bit of truth and justice, because people are suffering. You know what, though? I'm not suffering today. I'm amazingly lucky. And I owe my life today to my captors. So, those of you who are in Columbus, I'm going down to Tremont right now. And I'm going to have a beer. I would go to AWOL, but I contacted Alex Mackey. And Alex, I don't want to blow you up publicly, but I'm a little bit hurt. I don't know what you've heard, but I've had an amazing struggle. And I called you for help, just to go over some things. Maybe there would be nothing available. I'm sure that's what you'll tell me. But we'll probably cross paths soon enough. And then my old landlords, John and Sandy Moore on Bryden Road, I dropped off a note, a handwritten note, saying that they would probably know the rentals available in Old Town East, because that's where I planned to move back to. Because it was where people treated me with respect. And guess what happened? I didn't get a return call. I left my message, or I left my phone number. And I told her and him in the letter that I would be giving them updates on all that's been going on in the neighborhood. And that it's an incredibly sick story. And I've had it figured out for years. No callback. So, you know what? Maybe I'll get a phone call back now. I can always be hopeful. In fact, I'm one of the most optimistic people all of my friends know. Right? Well, guess what? When I go after something, I go after it. Especially if I'm right. I don't give up. So, have a good night. And if you're out and about in Columbus, I'm going to be down at Tremont for a little while. Bye.